actually are one of the people who survived the genocide.
Yes.
Can you explain to us the background and what motivates you today so somehow to continue going back there, being there, working there? I mean, most people from the outside think one would run away from that place.
It's my responsibility. And it was my responsibility for a long time. And it was my responsibility because so many other people were killed. So yeah, I sometimes, yes, I wish other people would do it, but I know that those other people are not alive. So whether I like it or not, whether it re-traumatizes me or not, whether I find it frustrating or not, I literally have to go there. And I had to go there. And on a personal note, I went there and took this job literally 4 days after my mom died. I was supposed to go there, I was supposed to assume the duty of the director on October 15th, 2019. And that day my mom died. She had a very, well, she had a cancer, but thankfully she died, she didn't suffer. And then 4 days later, I went to the memorial and I said, hey guys, let's do this. Nobody expected me to do that. Nobody expected us to do what we did in the meantime.
And when you say us,
I mean
I've seen
us.
you, a team of a group of survivors.
Exactly.
Who are guides,
Exactly.
who are wonderful guides who've had family members killed.
Exactly.
And they wait on us, the tourists,
Yes.
and tell us about it.
Yes, they tell you their own story, they'll tell you the general story. You had the if I can say, you were taken around by a beautiful young woman named Almasa Salihovic, who is our PR officer, in fact, who was 9 years old and who had seen her brother ripped away from her by the Serb soldiers on July 13th, 1995. There are other people like that at the memorial, one of the more important being Azir Osmanovic, the young man who went to the UN and testified about his experiences. Hasan Hasanovic, who is the head of our oral history program. Amra Begic, who is now deputy director. There are a number of other people.
Emir, there's this academic myth that people who've had that experience are not the professionals to be running a memorial, which is as professional as yours is.
Well,
how do you do it?
Let me tell you this. First of all, as you said yourself, it's a myth. Secondly, there would be no single memorial anywhere in Europe of the Holocaust if it wasn't for the survivors. It was survivors who went back to places like Mauthausen, Auschwitz, Bergen-Belsen, Buchenwald. It was the survivors who went there in 1945, 1946 and said, no, this is not going to be forgotten. We are going to make sure that this is part of history and part of history textbooks. And we did the same. In very much a similar vein, we did the same. It was initially a group of survivors. It was a group of mothers struggling and fighting to get, to identify their loved ones and have that somewhere to bury them. And it was a group of survivors that moved in there back in 2004 when it all started. And I simply don't agree with that. And in the end of the day, they would never dare say that to Holocaust survivors. They think they can say that to us.